Hi everybody. We are going to do something a little different tonight. We are going to be using from Solar Color Dust the liquid crystal sprayable. Just started messing around with my spray gun or air gun, whatever you call it. So I'm by no means an expert. I've done one or two things with it, and hopefully we'll get something good out of it. So bear with me. We'll get everything all set up and ready to go, and I will be right back with you guys. All right, so here we have just a 30-ounce tumbler. I have prepped it, sanded it, painted it black. You want a black base for this. If you want to understand, when you're doing the airbrush on it, you're going to want to do several thin coats. This is made to go in there, so it should be thin enough, but I did get some water. I always use bottled water, just, I don't know, just out of habit for anything art-wise. And we have that there if we need it to thin it out a little bit. If I don't make a mess and spill the water everywhere before we even start. Okay. This stuff is not real cheap, but I love it. It makes the mood, basically it's going to make the mood ring tumblers that you see. I should have said that up front. So it's Solar Color Liquid Crystal Sprayable. They do have different kinds. They have one you can brush on, which is what I've used before. I always use my finger just to brush it on. But I will say that it can get clumpy, even if you're following all the directions and doing everything you're supposed to do. So Duncan, can't remember the whole name, but he's the one that got me interested in the spray gun. I was watching him do his tumblers and everything, and he motivated me to buy this and give it a try. So thank you to him. I'm by no means to his level, but we are going to give it a try. It's going to get a little bit loud because we are going to get the airbrush. I'm sure I'm supposed to have a backing set up here or something, but this is my little area, so we should be fine on that. Alright. It's not very loud. This was inexpensive too. I'm not going to do the bottom. There's no sense in wasting money on the bottom. It's basically going to just push down and back. You can see it's releasing it. See, that was fast. That's... They do sell these pins also, which I use those. I just rolled it all out of there into a container, mixed it with some water until it was thin enough for the airbrush, and that's what I used. And it worked out well. Your spray is not going to come out until you pull the lever back, so you can push it down to get the air going and not have anything coming out until you're all set. I did watch a couple of videos, and they said that the trick is to try to learn how to kind of not completely turn it off in between. You want to like move forward. I'm not good at that. My fingers don't want to do that. Alright, so that's one layer. Ooh. I'm going to smooth that out because it's clumpy. Like I said, not the best yet, but we'll get there. See, that's probably way too much on this coat. But we're all learning together. So what you have to do is you do want this to dry completely in between every coat. So I'm going to be crazy and do this real quick. Then I'm going to go over to my heat gun. I'm going to dry this off, and then we'll be back for our second layer. Hopefully I didn't just ruin that. Fingers crossed. I turn this off in between. Who needs the noise? Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, well apparently I was spraying that like I made of money or something, because that's way too much on there. So I'm going to kind of adjust this a little bit. I think it's set out too much. I did take my brush, one of my brushes, and kind of go over it so it wasn't just all those droplets. And look, it's already, I don't know if you can see, but it's already showing its rainbow. That's a much better effect than when you paint it on. So I'm excited to see what this is going to look like. Alright, let's go for it. Try to not be so crazy. Apparently I did that too tight. There we go. Lights.
Life in a world that keeps changing. Think that it's progress you're making. Copy and paste pretty faces all the time. Pictures so perfect we play through, only cause you set up the angle. Web that you weave got us tangled, caught in what's before our eyes.
Alright, we're gonna go one more layer. It's definitely showing up when that heat hits it from the air gun, or from the air dryer over there. Heat gun, sorry, jeez. You can see all the rainbows, and look, we've only used not very much at all.
Life in a world that keeps changing. Think that it's progress you're making. Copy and paste pretty faces all the time. Pictures so perfect we play through, only cause you set up the angle. Web that you weave got us tangled, caught in what's before our eyes. Show off your fantasy reality, whoa, that's yours, but I'll keep doing mine. You'll be living your good life, catch a glimpse from the outside, then you see me now, see me now, see now. Don't need any timeline to prove that this is my life. I can see it now, see it now, see now.
Alright, I don't know if you guys can see that. It's still a little warm from the heat gun, so as soon as it cools off, but you can see the rainbow. We're going to go ahead and do one more layer. I think this would be so beautiful on a dragon scale tumbler. Alright, so as you guys just saw or should have seen, you can kind of see the rainbow effect, or the mood ring effect. It is warm from the heat gun right now, so I don't know if it's going to react that way yet. A little bit. We're going to do one more layer, one, maybe two more coats, and then we're going to call it, I think, because it is showing up so well already. But I will kind of fast forward you guys through the next two things, since you probably don't need to just sit there and watch me airbrush. So I'll fast forward through the next 1 to 2 coats, and then we'll see what we have.
Life in a world that keeps changing. Think that it's progress you're making. Copy and paste pretty faces all the time. Pictures so perfect we play through, only cause you set up the angle. Web that you weave got us tangled, caught in what's before our eyes. Show off your fantasy reality, whoa, that's yours, but I'll keep doing mine. You'll be living your good life, catch a glimpse from the outside, then you see me now, see me now, see now. Don't need any timeline to prove that this is my life. I can see it now, see it now, see now. You'll be living your good life, catch a glimpse of the outside, then you see me now, see me now, see me now. Don't need any timeline to prove that this is my life. I can see it now, see it now, see now. Beautiful people still make mistakes. It isn't perfection, what is it we chase? Bow for your 15 seconds of fame. It's your time. Give me the messy, give me the pain. A rose will not grow without the rain. I wanna be someone who says there's more than meets the eye. Show off your fantasy, reality, whoa, that's yours, but I'll keep doing mine. You'll be living your good life, catch a glimpse of the outside, then you see me now, see me now, see now. Don't need any timeline to prove that this is my life. I can see it now, see it now, see now. You'll be living your good life, catch a glimpse of the outside, then you see me now, see me now, see me now. Don't need any timeline to prove that this is my life. I can see it now, see it now, see now. Best foot forward, don't catch you slipping. Never know the things that you're feeling. Capture your body, get your best side. Breathe in the world, fake us a smile. Walk in the lines, fine, but I hope one day you'll break through. You'll be living your good life, catch a glimpse of the outside, then you see me now, see me now, see now. Don't need any timeline to prove that this is my life. I can see it now, see it now, see now. You'll be living your good life, catch a glimpse of the outside, then you see me now, see me now, see me now. Don't need any timeline to prove that this is my life. I can see it now, see it now, see now. Life in a world that keeps changing. Think
I'm going to try to be good and wash this out after every time I use it. Definitely don't want it getting ruined, even though it was very inexpensive. I'll try to find the link for you guys. And that way you can, if you're interested. I think the gun itself was $10 or less. And then the compressor was not that much either. Like I said, I'll try to find the links and I'll link them down below for you. Alright, I am going to take this over to the air dryer. I'm going to dry, or to the heat gun. I'm going to dry it off. I might put it in the refrigerator, let it kind of reset itself, and then we'll come back and show you guys the results of our liquid crystal. Alright, be right back with you. Alright, so I went ahead and dried it with the heat gun, and then I put it in the refrigerator for about 5 minutes or so we can get it reset back to cool, so that we can see how it's going to react to our skin. I will attach Duncan down below just to give him some credit, since he is the one that talked me into getting the airbrush in the first place. And I will try to link the airbrush as well as the compressor down there if you want to dip your toes in. Really, not gonna lie, I got it mainly to do liquid crystal because I was so excited about it. But I do want to venture into doing it with other things as well. So you gotta dip your toes in somewhere. So let's see if we have enough layers. You can kind of see the paint on there, but let's see. Excuse my dry hands, I've just been in the dishwasher water. Oh yeah, see? Hope that's showing up on camera. Probably could use some more light over here. That should help. Let's see. Is that better? There you go. How cool is that? I'm like a little kid. I love this stuff. I love glow in the dark, color changing, color shifting. Look at that. Oh, so neat. I'm so excited. So glad that I decided to get the air gun, or the airbrush. I don't know why I keep calling it an air gun. Anyways, so there you go, guys. That is how you do liquid crystal. Thank you for bearing with me. I'm just learning as well, so we're learning together here. As always, please give it a minute and like, subscribe, comment, share if you would, to help me get everything going and getting off the ground. I hope everybody is staying happy, safe, and healthy out there. I did go back to my full-time job finally after 18 months, so I'm now trying to combine the side business and the videos and the full-time job, so maybe a little slower on videos than I was, which was still already pretty slow, but hopefully we'll get it all figured out and I'll get a routine down. So yeah, everybody stay healthy out there, and I will talk to everybody soon. Hey guys, want to make sure I mention that this is from Solar Color Dust. We'll link them below as well. You want to epoxy this as soon as you get done to help protect it, and you'll have a beautiful cup with a beautiful effect.